There is a good chance you are making this mistake and it is costing you a lot. But actually, let's back up just a bit, but stick with me. Here is my advice to you as a viewer. Don't believe anyone. Don't believe me. Don't believe your favorite influencer, and certainly don't believe some random Joe Schmo promoting the next junk token. Why? Well, it may be obvious to some of you that have been around for a while, but most people are only looking out for themselves and with a very short-term mindset too. Not that that is necessarily a bad thing exactly, but you do have to be cautious, especially in this type of market. Anyways, I'm going to provide some data to show you what I mean too, so make sure to stick around. And if you watched my last video exposing Solana, you know I am very data driven because I feel that is a must in today's day and age. If you missed it, you can check it out right here. Now, the response to that video is actually what inspired me to do this one, because sadly, most large influencers or even publications ignored the message within the video, likely because they are heavily invested or afraid to go against the crowd. Crazy thing is, I know most of them saw it and many even agreed with it, but guess what? It's much easier to post stupid engagement farming crap and talk about the most hyped token, likely right before dumping them on their followers too. You know who you are. Jason Appleton, aka Crypto Crow, is actually one of the few exceptions though, and definitely worth a follow. Anyways, sorry, I kind of got off on a tangent there. Back to why it is important to DYOR, or do your own research, and not trust people blindly. So we live in an attention economy with attention spans being incredibly short, sometimes just a few seconds. But not for you guys, of course, since you're still with me. It will be worth it, I promise. But in order to gain one's attention, it's easier to talk about the hot narrative or topic, and in crypto it's fairly easy to know at any given time what that is, or to even post some ridiculous price prediction, aka engagement farming. Take this for example. Just a few days ago, I posted this to see what would happen. Would you believe me if I told you one EGLD is trading at $500 by November 30th? Hearing some things. Within a few hours, I had over 200 likes and 70 plus comments on that post. Now, I've got a decent sized audience, but that's definitely above average engagement for me. And for comparison, I posted a 16-part educational thread later that morning, which received similar engagement, but probably took me 3 to 4 hours to write. Now, I also want to say that shortly after posting the first one, I went ahead and posted this. This is why we can't have nice things, because this is such a perfect example of what's going on in crypto and why everything is kind of so messed up and upside down, why we have all these meme coins at valuations that are kind of ridiculous if you really think about it, plus all these projects that just get shilled endlessly, and then what happens next? Huge retracements and dumps. Well, that's because a lot of people are actually paid to shill these projects and post stuff exactly like that. Crazy price predictions or whatever else. Knowing that you as their followers are gonna eat it all up, and then they can go ahead and dump all their tokens at a higher valuation. Now, you wanna see the impact a big influencer can have? Well, if you've been around for a while, you probably remember the days when a single Elon tweet could move the markets by multiple billions or cause Dogecoin to pump by 20 to 40%. Now, let's take this example. And before I go into it, I do want to say that I'm a fan of Sui in general. I have my concerns for sure, but that's for an entirely different video. Anyway, Raoul Pal, who is a major crypto influencer with over 1 million followers, posted a bullish thread on Sui a couple days ago. Literally, within a few hours of the thread, the price of Sui went up over 22%. Yes, 22%. Nothing had changed at all with Sui. The protocol didn't get any better, it was just mentioned by a large influencer. This was not an entire market move too, as many other tokens remained stable. I should also mention that Raoul is part of the board for Sui and has been for a while, so this is nothing new. But him talking about Sui in a very bullish way kinda is. So what's my point? Well, again, did anything at all change with Sui? No, not at all. But yet hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of people FOMO'd in because a big influencer mentioned it. Good or bad, this shows the power influencers have, and in many cases, it is used in a way that can get you wrecked. Further proving why it is so important to do your own research and know who you are listening to. Now, do you see why your favorite influencers only post ridiculous polls, price predictions, or shill the current hot narrative or token? So this leads to another point of advice. Never buy when everyone is talking about something. This is similar to never buy into a pump, but you'll notice they're often correlated. Communities become much more active when things are pumping. Just watch for yourself. Next time token XYZ is all over your timeline, take note of the price and check it again in a few days. I'm willing to bet the price is likely lower and has retraced most of what it has gained. Anyways, after that nice long tangent, again, the number one thing you're probably doing wrong is not doing your own research, or at least not knowing how to do your own research. And you probably hear a lot of people say DYOR, do your own research, but they don't tell you how to do it. So I'm actually going to be doing that in my next video. I'm going to be going over all the tools that I use and the entire process that I use as well. So you're definitely going to want to make sure to hit that subscribe and like so you get notified when that comes out. In the end, it is always good to have a couple individuals you know you can trust, but it's also equally important to know how to verify and check for yourself. That's the beauty of Web3 too, is that we are creating an open and transparent system in which much of this can, or at least should, be easy to find and verify. In the meantime, I'd love to know what some of your favorite tools are, or what your process may be for when you research a project. Let me know down in the comments, and maybe I'll feature some of them in the next video.